You don't get much better than that, does it? Big old bundle of grapes. I'm saying a big bundle of grapes. We get about 50 pounds off of this vine every year. I said 50 pounds on the good years, and most years are good years. Now, needless to say, yeah, you can go to the store and pay $3 a pound plus for grapes. But that's $150 every year that I collect roughly from my single grapevine. I said a single grapevine, $150 seedless grapes. And what did it cost me? Well, it cost what, $5? $5 for that vine way back, decades back, 30 years give or take. So I'm just telling you, this is something to keep in mind. One-time pay, one-time planting. Take care of it a little bit, water on it, very little if ever any fertilizer, and you just simply allow it to grow. The only time I trim it is if it starts growing over the sidewalk, and that's it. Leave it alone. Let it do its thing, and it will produce for you. No, not a drop of pesticides or herbicides on this thing or around it. It does its own thing. It protects itself quite well. Leave it alone, let it grow, let it produce food for you. You're looking at butterfly bushes over here, an excellent little thing to bring in the butterflies. Now in this world I have numerous friends and acquaintances that fight depression, take drugs for it, they do. I've never had that need. I guess I'm too busy to worry about being depressed, if you will. Too many part-time jobs. But at the same time, it's hard to beat walking out into your yard and looking at the butterfly bush with its beautiful flowers, and all the butterflies that are around there. And there's a reason they call it a butterfly bush. And that uplifts the soul that you can't imagine. You can't imagine. And so what I do, I also enjoy my butterfly bushes. Now, we're far enough north here in Nebraska, southwest Nebraska, that it freezes hard enough that it kills them clear back to the root, clear down to ground level. And so you cut it off every fall and you start over. You start over the next spring. And they'll grow up to about 3 to 5 feet tall. And it's a very enjoyable plant. But they're not the cheapest thing in the world. They can run up to a $10 bill if you'd order one away with shipping and everything. Could run a $10 bill. And so what I do is I take cuttings from them. And of course I use a scissors. And I cut as close to the main stem, cutting off the shoots like these guys. Then I strip off all but a couple of leaves. Sometimes I leave a few extra leaves on just for the heck of it. I soak them in water. I just soak them in a little bit of water here. And then I take a pot, pre-soak the water in here, and then I'll take and I will then, once I've treated these, I'll put them in there. And what do I treat it with? Well, I use honey. Now I know they got growth hormones and all sorts of stuff out there. But rest assured, just a little bit of honey goes a long ways, I'm here to tell you. Goes a long ways. You lay it sideways so you get a good coating of honey on that. And then you stick it in the ground. About 1.5 inches at the most is all you need to stick it in. And again, just 1.5 inches. And stick it in the ground, like so. That's all you have to do. Not hard at all, kiddo. Not hard at all. There you go. Now there's 5 plants, or $50. You've just made $50 in probably less than 5 minutes. $50 in 5 minutes that you've saved. Now you might say, well, I don't need all of those plants. Well, I grow them not for myself, for I have my own already that I propagated and grow myself in my yard, front and backyard. But what I do is I take and I give them to other people, and especially people who are depressed or I see or have some real stress in their lives. I give them these plants in the spring then and say, here, try this. You'd be amazed at how many of them come back telling me that it was a life and a game changer just to walk out the door every day and look and take a second and look at the beautiful flowers and to watch the butterflies that are around them.